Hello everybody. The other day I had a cup of tea. Today I got a cup of coffee. I'm not going to be talking about tea or coffee today. I'm talking about a different subject, something a lot of us can relate to. It's about how we get kind of stuck in, how do we put it? Stuck in past issues. Stuck in the past, we get locked into something, into a loop, and we can't get out of it, and how sometimes we can just switch our perspective a little bit. And it's hard when we're thinking about ourselves. So I've been trying to think of an example where we can all relate to. And a very easy one for me, if you've never had a pet, it's a bit difficult, but you'll get it because I'll explain it anyway, is with my dogs. I got 3 dogs. And they're fundamentally different to humans. People always say they love their dogs or their cats or their budgies or even their goldfish. But mostly I find little furry critters with 4 legs that tend to live in your house and give you love and passion. But they one thing that we love about dogs and cats in Pacific, because I know they both can be similar, but my experience more with dogs, is how they don't judge. They don't judge you. They don't judge the person you are or how you look, or whether you've done your hair, or whether you've got to look older, or whether you've got a cold, or whether you're in a good mood, or whether you're in a bad mood, or whether you, come home early hours of the morning, or you come home half an hour after you've just left. You can come home 3-4 hours later. You've left them in the house for a good couple of hours. You can be away for a day and leave them at a friend's house, and you can be away for 5 minutes. But every time it's like you have been away for your entire life. And they come up to you and they greet you, and they're happy to see you, and they wag their tails, and all your problems go out the window because they look at you like, I love you and I want to be with you. And you don't go in and have to explain yourself. So say the difference is you walk through the door and your partner, and you've had a pretty shit day, and you carry all your problems in your head, and yet you can grab your dog, say I need 5 minutes, grab your dog, take you for a walk, go for a walk, and you feel a lot better because you're not thinking about shit so much, and you can get it out and clear. But the biggest problem a lot of the time, what we tend to find, which ruins our present moment, it's not the stuff in our future here, it's our stuff that's over there, right back there in our past. Now if we can draw a line in the sand very easily, yeah, and be like a dog, and every time they have a new experience, it's like it's never had it before, and they step forward and they get another new experience and another one and another one, and that's how they live their lives. They live their lives in the moment. Now we tend to hear mindfulness and the power of now and how to live and all these amazing things that people tell you, but what they don't tell you, yeah, is a few fundamental things that can actually change that. You'll have to excuse my language a little bit here, so don't complain. It is a book called Fuck It, and I read that, and that's all about when you get to that epiphany, that moment where you get fed up with your life and everything's going to shit and you can't put it together and everything's bad, and and you get to a point where you can't cope with it anymore, and you just know that no matter what you do, it's going to consume so much of your time and effort to try and make this stuff right, yeah? And you just say, fuck it, man, can't do this, can't do it, and you give up. That moment you give up, you tend to go, and you walk away, and that relief, do you remember? Well, we've all been through that relief you get. You're in the moment. You're so in the moment. You're not worried about it. You don't know where your future is going to go. But you know where your past was. You draw a line in the sand. You step out of that moment into a new moment. And that's phenomenal. I remember having that moment myself and going, wow. Having that moment of just going, I can't take it anymore. That's it. Moving forward. We can learn so much from that because we tend to identify ourselves with so many things in our lives, and a lot of stuff in the past, we tend to say, my dad did this, my mum didn't do that, or I was bullied in school, I wasn't a fast runner, I was fat when I was in school, I was a bad writer, I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't focus. I was a good runner, yeah. I was good at playing sports, I was quite popular, I was a social kid. Didn't have massive difficulty getting girlfriends when I was younger, but all the way through school, because I wasn't good at reading or writing and I struggled all the way through school, I really used to think of that time as terrible. But when I've looked back at it and tried to shift my perspective, I was having an absolute ball. I hardly spent much time in school. I mitched off, did loads of crazy stuff, hung around with my friends in the field and played guitar and, you know, got up to all types of mischief. And I think about it, yeah? We can think about all of our stuff we're going through, yeah? But it gets to a point where that stuff back there isn't serving you. And that's when I advise you to say the fuck it thing, yeah? So if you get a chance, read that book. It's really good. I enjoyed that book. It was really eye-opener. Really helped me to kind of let go of stuff. Sometimes you cling on to stuff, and before you get to that stage where you've poured so much effort and investment and life into something, you can just let go of it, because some things are just not worth that amount of effort, yeah? You can remember what I said in a quote. Remember this, yeah? It's really important that you remember that you're better off failing, giving it 100% trying to do something, yeah? But sometimes you've also got to know when to quit. You've got to know when it's going to destroy you. If you put yourself into something and you're doing it kind of right and you fall flat on your face, you didn't see it coming, and you learn something fundamentally really powerful from that, that's nothing wrong with that. But putting yourself into an environment or a position where you destroy yourself to try and make that thing work is not going to be beneficial for anybody, is it? So I would advise you to kind of pick that book up and have a little look at it. He does a lot of courses and stuff, and if you're stuck in a rut and you feel like you want to let go of some stuff, read that book. The other thing I wanted to say to you guys is that talking about dogs and how they don't judge, you might be judging me right now for the t-shirt I've got on. You might be judging me for my haircut. You might be judging me for my glasses. You might be a premarital judge in your mind because I've got a bandage. You see that I've got a weakness. You might be judging me because recently I told you that I kind of lost my job. Who am I to give you knowledge and guidance? And you might be judging me because of I swore earlier and I said, fuck it. And that might be like, oh, that's it. He swore. That's really bad. But I'm not really swearing in the context just for the sake of it. I was swearing because I wanted you to know what the book is called, because that's what the book's called. I did all of these things in this specifically because I know all of the stuff I've just done, talking about the dog as well, that would have given you either a nice memory, or if you hate dogs, you might have had a bad memory. So all of these things I said just now, I planned. I kind of looked at it a little bit and thought about it, yeah? Because I wanted you to have reactions. And I've looked a certain way. I thought, should I put a nice shirt on tonight? And I thought, no, I'm going to wear this because I'm going to make this t-shirt a part of this. It's not a bad t-shirt, but I want you to think, why would you have judged me for my t-shirt? Answer you that question. Why would you judge me because of my hair? Why would you judge me for swearing? Why would you judge me for my bandage on my hand? Why would you think that it was okay for you to judge me? Do you think that you have authority to judge me, and do I think I have authority to judge you? I don't judge you. I have no judgment of you. I'm just a video recording right now, recording and talking to you. It's not me talking to you and what I'm saying that's making the reactions in your head. It's your reaction, an idea of me that's creating that reaction. So your perceptual value is exactly that. You look at the external world around you and you try and make sense of it. That person needs to have manners taught. This person needs this. That person needs that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. We all get on our high horses, but sometimes we got to take the lesson home first. Start with ourselves. and start looking around us at what we're doing and why we're doing it. And look at our past and look at how our dog deals with stuff and draw a line in the sand and say that almighty word and let go and move forward. We can only move forward in our lives if we say we can move forward. If you say I can't do that, you're right. If you say you can do it, you're right. I'm not telling you whether you can or can't. You're telling you you can or you can't. I'm not giving you that limitation. That voice in your head that's saying you can or you can't. Remember I said in one of my earlier videos, if you've watched it, change that voice to Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or some other really funny cartoon character and let that voice say, you can't do that, in your head in a stupid voice, and see if it's still as powerful then. Because sometimes we're in a negative pattern because we practice that negative pattern. When someone says to you, I've got quite a few friends that do regular posts about themselves being ill and being sick, and I understand you're ill and sick. It's something that's a big part of your life. But a doctor has given you that label, you've accepted that label, and you practice that label. Yeah? And the more you practice and believe that you are what they've told you, you identify yourself with your sickness. If I see a friend and he's really ill, and quite a lot of the time this has happened, I ask them how they are and what they're doing, and then they'll identify themselves with this sickness, with their illness. The sickness and the illness isn't them. The sickness and illness is something they're going through, they're experiencing. But it's not them, is it? Yeah? Just think about these things. A little bit of food for thought. So, that's my little video for today. And I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe like I've asked you guys. I've got a couple of subscribers now. And I'm building it up. Showing the love, spreading the word. And hopefully, bit by bit, we can pass on some relevant information and help each other. Thank you for being patient with me and allowing me to practice, because you watching, even if it's one person, means a lot to me. Thank you. This is Nick signing out.